Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Hope you all can hear me clearly. Can see that Sam is still joining in. Thanks for joining us today for this webinar. Let us probably give a couple more minutes for the others to log on to the session. Can see there's still some streaming in. In the meantime, while waiting, you may wish to scan the QR code to visit our company's website. We have quite detailed information of our company as well as the HR solution that we provide. Then you can also wish to connect with me via LinkedIn. I actually provided the URL link to my profile. Within the webinar platform, there is this web Q&A chat function thing that's at the side of your screen. Yeah, somewhere at the side. So if you can't hear me clearly or you face any technical issues, please feel free to drop us a text and we will assist you accordingly. There's still people streaming in. The Q&A chat function will also be used during the Q&A session at the end of the webinar. So, but actually throughout the session, if you have any questions, you might just feel free to input in first, then we will address to those questions during the Q&A session. So other than inputting your queries or your comments or any questions, you can later on at the end of the session, I also will share across our email address, my email address. So feel free to drop us an email after the webinar. How about we start? Okay, all right. So let us begin our today's webinar. A very good afternoon to everyone again. Thanks for joining us today for today's session. So today, our topic, basically, it will be as shown in the screen here. So it's building a talent pipeline to HRiQ solution from potential to performance. So firstly, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Grace, and I'm account manager within our company, IQ Dynamics, and I will be your presenter for today's webinar. So for today's webinar, we will be focusing on strategies on how to build a talent pipeline with the assistance of HR technology. And I will try not to make this session too lengthy for you, but still keep it informative and insightful enough. So yeah, okay. I will switch off my camera because I realized it might affect the bandwidth a bit. So hopefully this will actually improve the viewing experience too, because the screen will be bigger anyway. Okay. So allow me to first give you a brief understanding of who we are as a company. Our company, we are called IQ Dynamics, and we have been in industry for more than 29 years now. We are specialized in this HR domain. So we have this HR solution that is known as HRiQ. It's a solution that's entirely developed by us. We are also a Microsoft partner as well as certified ISO 27001. We have, I always think it's important to share this is because we have policies, controls, procedures that are set in place to ensure that our customer data is actually well protected. Because at the end of the day, this is going to be like a cloud-based solution. So you want all this to be, in a secured environment. We also pride ourselves to have an in-house local support team. In other words, we don't outsource the support team. All right, they are all in-house and they understand the solution very well. And in actual fact, all the teams, including the developers, the implementers, all part of IQ Dynamics. So the consultants will understand very well of the HRiQ product to assist the customers. In terms of our customer base, we have more than 450 companies using our solution, HRiQ, and their staff strength ranges from 100 to 10,000 headcounts in Singapore and across the other countries. As some of our customers, they do have business entities outside of Singapore. So in terms of user-wise, we have more than 80,000 HRiQ users globally. This is a chart showcasing what is within our HRiQ integrated solution. So you can see it as, maybe you can call it the HR core portion, HRiQ core portion, as well as HRiQ talent portion. So in the HRiQ core section, there are HR core processes, or operational processes such as the payroll, the leave, the claims, and the time attendance, for example. And in the HRiQ talent portion, there will be talent development modules such as the learning and development, performance appraisal, talent assessment, succession planning, and so on. So all these modules within the HRiQ are integrated. So the beauty of having an integrated solution, basically your data will be seamlessly pushed from one module to another. And another thing is that we are also modular basis. So in a sense whereby you can pick and choose which modules you would like to acquire right now for your organization, maybe for costing purpose or some priorities that you want to roll out first. And having said that, the system is scalable enough in a way whereby there can be modules that, such as maybe like talent assessment, succession planning, that are in your roadmap, but maybe you want to consider acquiring them at a later stage. Our HRiQ solution comes with mobile app as well, whereby self-service functions can be so much more convenient, especially for users frequently on the road. So functions such as e-pay slip viewing, leave applications as well as approvals, claim applications and approvals, clocking in and out via the HRiQ mobile time clock are also readily available within the HRiQ mobile app. And of course, there are employee engagements features, employee experience functions, such as announcement, notification, birthday greetings, are all within the mobile application as well. There will be three main takeaways for today's webinar, where we are looking to build a talent pipeline by converting potentials to performance. Firstly, we shall discover the fundamental importance of talent management in driving organizational success, and alongside, we will also learn how to harness the power of HR technology to build and manage this talent pipeline that will eventually contribute to your business resilience as well as organization growth and innovation. Lastly, we shall explore the possibility of how HRiQ solution can help to facilitate data-driven decision-making by providing real-time analytics and reporting capabilities. And of course, before we end our webinar today, we will have a Q&A session in case you have any questions that you have in mind. We all know that talent management is a critical component for organizational success. So it is how the organization recruits and develops its workforce pipeline that is as productive as possible. This is also in view that your top talents are likely to stay a longer term within the organization. Now, let us break this down into key components and individually see how HR technology can be leveraged to better automate and streamline the process. Strategic alignment in talent management involves ensuring that objectives of your organization workforce are closely integrated with your broader business goals, encompassing your mission, your vision, as well as your strategic priorities. So this entails identifying the competencies as well as the skill sets required for the different job roles within the organization. So like within HRiQ Learning Management module, you are able to set up competency framework and conduct learning needs analysis to help pinpoint gaps between existing skill sets and those needed for strategic execution, facilitating developments of some target talent strategies. So these strategies can aim to address identified gaps through initiatives such as maybe recruitment, training, succession planning, thereby aligning your workforce capabilities in your organization strategic goals. Initiatives such as recruitment, selections, these are essential components for building a high-performing workforce. The process of attracting, selecting, and onboarding top talents who possess requisite skills, experiences, can contribute positively, impacting the organization success. To achieve this, effective recruitment process must certainly be developed, encompassing the elements such as comprehensive job descriptions, strategic candidate sourcing, thorough evaluation methods, as well as a seamless onboarding. So within our HRiQ solution, that is a recruitment module that can help your manpower planning and job requisition workflow. The applicant tracking component is also within this module to help the evaluation process to be effectively shortlist candidates and arrange for interviews. With a fully integrated HRMS solution, interviewers, because they're also employees within the HRMS system, can be arranged And evaluation forms can be auto-triggered for the interviewers to complete, as well as those hiring managers within the organization to complete after the candidate interviews. This will better facilitate more informed hiring decisions. Finally, for hired candidates, the consolidated information that you retrieved from, maybe their candidate application form, and you maybe want to trigger like a joining form. So all this consolidated information retrieved will then be recorded within your employee record. So once the candidate, accepted the offer, then this is where you want to push the data into an employee record. And such seamless onboarding processes will actually help new hires integrate more smoothly into the organization. Employee development and training are crucial investments, all right, for enhancing skills, knowledge, and capabilities throughout your organization. So by offering diverse learning avenues such as workshops, seminars, online courses, and on-the-job training, employees are empowered to expand their skill sets and knowledge, fostering this career growth within themselves and development within the organization. So with having a learning management system, as you can see from this screen here, users are able to see what are the jobs available, what are the courses available, then they can register for it. And if nomination can also be done by managers to select what are the courses that they think is beneficial for their staff. So the organization will not only strengthen the workforce competencies, but also cultivate the culture of continuous learning, improvement. And ultimately, this will drive organizational success in a more dynamic and more competitive environment. Performance management system is essential for establishing clear performance expectation by providing regular feedback and, of course, evaluating employees' performance. So this involves setting specific goals and KPIs that are aligned with our organization objectives. So with a HR technology, performance appraisal can be certainly better conducted. So organizations can track the progress and hold employees accountable so that you can actually drive results. So within our HRiQ performance appraisal management module here, the appraisal templates are configurable. So you can create the different tabs to be shown based on, say, the different viewing rights. So maybe the appraisers and higher management, the higher level appraisers are able to view, but self-appraisers, which is employees, are not able to view. Similarly, for different appraisal periods, maybe during the beginning of the year, you only want to view certain things like goal settings, core values. Mid-year, you will have another one, which is mid-year review. So this can be based on the different viewing rights based on the periods. As it is a fully integrated HRMS solution as well. So with the appraisal forms, appraisals are able to also view firstly maybe like the past year appraisal ratings, as well as other related information. Say, for example, all the training records, if there's any disciplinary issues, or maybe there's any achievements done as well. So having said that, there's also another component we call journal feature. So journal feature also help both the appraisee and the appraiser to have like a feedback notes, throughout the whole year, instead of waiting during the regular appraisal period. So through such effective performance management, your organization can foster like a culture that is more accountability, with more accountability, as well as achievements and ongoing development. And this ultimately will contribute to an overall success and growth. The next point here, which is a succession planning. So this is crucial for identifying the high potential employees and, of course, cultivating learning tracks to ensure that a seamless continuity in these key roles and leadership positions. This involves identifying individuals with the capabilities or the capacities for growth and the leadership, and developing them or through a tailored pathway to prepare them for advancement. Within our fully integrated HRiQ solution, the succession planning module here is integrated with other modules such as like performance appraisal as well as learning management. So this allows a bird's eye view of the past performance record as well as tracking what is their learning plan. So through such proactive succession planning, organizations can mitigate risks associated with leadership transition, maintain operational continuity, and of course, foster a culture that is for talent development and advancement. Employee engagement and retention is the next point we're going to talk about here, is that it's actually vital for fostering such positive workforce environment. So where employees will feel valued and motivated to contribute their best effort. This entails implementing strategies to enhance employee satisfaction, such as maybe you want to have recognition programs that acknowledge and of course reward outstanding performance. So surveys can also be conducted to hear and understand employees' feedback. So by prioritizing employees' well-being and creating a supportive culture, organization can increase engagement, employees' engagement, and reduce turnover, that's one, and certainly will retain the top talent. This will ultimately drive productivity and success. Diversity and inclusion initiatives are essential for creating workforce where employees feel valued and respected. So other than surveys, which we mentioned just now, that we also mentioned like this journal section within the appraisal form, which we briefly mentioned earlier. This will allow users to give constant feedback throughout the whole year, instead of waiting for the actual appraisal period. And organizations then can cultivate a more equitable environment and harness the unique perspectives of talents of the diverse workforce to then drive innovations and also enhance an organization performance. The last key component that we would like to discuss here is to have more data-driven decision-making. So this involves leveraging our workforce analytics and insights to make informed strategic decisions. So as shown in the screenshot here, dashboard charts like this to allow users such as administrators, such as managerial roles, they are able to have a quick visual reference of the data that was collected and analyzed on the various aspects based on the acquired modules, okay, such as say, if you acquire recruitment, okay, then you're able to see as well like retention, what is the turnover rate, performance, the rating, etc. So by examining the trends and patterns, organizations can identify challenges, okay, and opportunities for improvement, enabling them to make informed decisions that optimize their talent management strategies. So through the applications of data-driven insights, companies enhance their ability to attract, retain, and develop top talent, and ultimately building and managing their talent pipeline. This now brings us to the next discussion on the possibility of how like our solution HRiQ can provide a real-time analytics and reporting capabilities to facilitate data-driven decisions in which drive strategic outcomes. As shared, HRiQ's solution comprises of various modules from the HR operational processes, such as the leave, time attendance, to talent side of things, such as the learning and performance appraisal. With a fully integrated solution, your data is coming from a single source, a single data source. And with this built-in reporting and analytic tools, you are able to generate reports, okay, that are accurate and relatable information. Let us look at some examples. Dependent, of course, on the modules acquired, relevant reports and analytic charts will be available. Charts such as attrition rate, headcount trend, number of jobs posting by month in a year are related to HR and recruitment modules. For trends such as sick leave, salary paid by month in a year, and maybe number of OT hours by staff by month in a year, all these are commonly related to core HR modules, core operational modules like the leave, the payroll, the time attendance. Modules such as learning management and performance appraisal will have analytical charts like this, like training summary by department. You can actually show it by department, training budget versus the utilization for the current year, performance rating distribution, as well as moderation distribution if you do moderation within the company. So in summary, okay, with HR technology like HRiQ, real-time analytics and reporting capabilities can enable data-driven decision-making, ultimately driving strategic outcomes for organization. So by the integration of the various modules here, such as the HR operation processes, which we have been talking about, and the talent management side of things, okay, the core HR functions and all that, all within a single platform. So HRiQ provides such the possibility of having a comprehensive view of the organizational data. And this will allow users to generate accurate and relevant reports and charts and analytics insights to make a strategic HR initiatives and business decisions. So with a HR technology like HRiQ, organizations can leverage on data to better optimize processes and enhance efficiency and, of course, drive organizational success. So thank you all for taking your time today, all right, to join in our webinar. So I hope today's session was able to give you like a very high-level understanding of our HR technology, like HRiQ, that can help to build your talent pipeline. So we are now open to any questions that you may have in mind, all right? So feel free to use the Q&A chat function that is located at the side of your screen, okay? Alternatively, if you do have, you want to reach us out via email, okay, there is contact details that I have shown on the screen here, so you can feel free to reach out to us. You can also scan the QR code on the right-hand side. Okay, that will be my contact details to save my contact details down. We also have my LinkedIn profile there, so feel free to connect with me via LinkedIn. Okay. So if you have any interest in our past webinars, okay, to have more understanding on the different topics, so there is a QR code at the right side. So the link as well is shown there. So it will route you to our past webinars. So feel free to visit as there might be other topics that may be of interest to you. Okay. Please let me know if you have any questions in mind. Understand that today's audience, some may be our existing customers. So feel free, if let's say you are interested in other modules, all right, feel free to reach out to us or your account managers as well. Okay, we have one question here. Okay, let me just take a look first. Okay, so the question here is that is our HRMS compliant with industrial standards and best practices? Yes. So say for example, if there's any statutory requirements, we will actually comply to them as well. Okay. And of course, based on our consultants' experience in the market, they are able to also share across if there's any best practices that is actually being handled. There's also another question. How does the HRMS handles employee data's privacy and confidentiality? So basically, we do have controls and processes that are set in place. So in the event if there's any, we actually does it in a way whereby consultants, they will require a higher levels approval before they can enter to actually do any troubleshootings and so on. So that's why we also be able to attain the ISO 27001. And there's also the third question here. What are the disaster recovery and backup procedures in place to ensure data integrity and availability? Yes, we have very detailed information on how we handle disaster recovery. So we have contingency plans, business contingency plan, to ensure that all the process or the procedures that are going to be set in place to ensure that employees, I would say customers, which is your employees database, is resided at our solution here, they are all well protected. So I hope I answer your question on a very high level. Okay. Please feel free to write in if let's say you want to have much more details, or maybe we can even schedule for another one-to-one session to have more sharing or detailed sharing of our solution, as well as what are the security measures that we actually hold firmly on. Okay, there's another question. Okay, understand that the question here is understand that your time clocking module is more than clock in and clock out. Is there other companies who clock time based on projects, and is that possible? Yes, so this is something that we can explore. So basically for time attendance module, for clocking in and out, it can be also based on projects, but we will need to see how it can be configured so that when the clocking in and out is to be done, to be in a sense of that it's based on the projects instead of the individuals. So that can be configured, but we need to see how in details the business requirements on that. So I hope I answered to that part here. I'll stay on a bit more in case any others has questions. Okay. Okay, so if there's no other questions, thank you again for joining our webinar today. Please feel free to reach us again if, let's say, you have other questions in mind. All right. I hope that's now the questions that was posted. I was able to briefly mention how we can actually approach them. Then, if let's say that detailed things that we want to discuss, please feel free to reach out so that we can have more one-to-one session on those questions. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, there's one question. I just joined, but seems now it's Q&A session. Yes, there will be recordings sent out. No problem. Thank you.